Right now, somewhere deep inside your body, there's an entire ecosystem working around the clock, deciding how you feel, how you think, and even how you handle stress. And most people never think about it until something goes wrong. You feel bloated after almost every meal and just accept it as normal. You feel foggy by mid-morning and blame it on not sleeping enough. You feel unexplainably anxious some days and never once consider that the answer might not be in your mind at all, but in your gut. What if one simple daily habit could start changing all of that? Stay with me, because this might be the most overlooked health decision you make all week. We've been taught to think about digestion in the most basic way possible. Food goes in, nutrients get absorbed, waste comes out. But that oversimplified picture is missing something enormous. Your gut isn't just a digestive tube. It's home to trillions of microorganisms that influence your immune system, your inflammation levels, your energy, and yes, even your mood. When that internal ecosystem is thriving, you feel it: steady energy, clear thinking, a body that just works the way it's supposed to. When it's out of balance, you feel that too, even if you can't quite name what's wrong. And here's the part that should genuinely concern you. Most of the habits we consider normal in modern life are quietly working against this system. Every single day, think about your typical morning. Maybe it's coffee and nothing else, or something sugary and processed eaten in a rush on your way out the door. Your gut receives almost no real fuel to support the beneficial bacteria living inside it, and instead, it often receives exactly the kind of processed, low-fiber food that allows less helpful bacteria to thrive. Do this often enough for long enough and the imbalance compounds. Bloating becomes routine. Energy crashes become routine. Even your mood, more than you'd expect, starts to reflect what's happening internally. But here's something almost nobody talks about, something that could be quietly undoing your gut health in a completely unexpected way, and it has nothing to do with food at all. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's talk about what actually helps, because understanding the problem only matters if you know what to do about it. One of the most powerful things you can do for your gut doesn't require a complicated routine or an expensive supplement. It's something as simple as what you choose to eat first thing in the morning. A warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh fruit and a handful of nuts or dried fruit might sound almost too simple to matter. But there's real substance behind why this particular combination does so much for your digestive health. Oats are rich in a specific type of fiber that acts almost like fuel for the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Unlike the fiber that simply passes through, this fiber gets fermented by your gut bacteria, and that fermentation process produces compounds that help reduce inflammation throughout your entire body, not just in your digestive tract. Adding fresh fruit to that bowl brings even more benefit. Berries, sliced apples, or bananas add natural sweetness without the blood sugar spike that comes from processed sugar, and they contribute their own fiber and plant compounds that support a diverse, resilient gut microbiome. Diversity matters here more than most people realize. A gut populated by many different types of beneficial bacteria tends to be far more resilient than one dominated by just a few strains. And then there's a handful of nuts or dried fruit on top, adding healthy fats and additional fiber, slowing digestion just enough to keep you satisfied for hours, rather than leaving you hungry and reaching for something processed an hour later. What's remarkable about this one habit is how much it can shift simply through repetition. Not as a one-time fix, but as something you do daily, allowing your gut bacteria to consistently receive the fuel they need to thrive, rather than occasionally getting fed well, and mostly being starved of what they actually require. Now, here's that overlooked factor I mentioned earlier, the one that has nothing to do with what you eat, and everything to do with something most people never think twice about: plastic. Specifically, the plastic cutlery and plates so many of us use without a second thought, especially during picnics, outdoor gatherings, or quick meals on the go. When food, especially warm or acidic food, comes into contact with certain plastics, it can cause tiny particles and chemical compounds to leach directly into what you're eating. Over time, and with repeated exposure, these particles have been studied for their potential to disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria living in your gut, adding another layer of stress to a system that's already working hard to stay balanced. Think about how often this actually happens without you even registering it. A picnic in the park, a quick lunch using disposable plasticware at an office event, takeout containers, plastic-wrapped utensils grabbed on the go. None of these moments feel significant individually, but added together, Over months and years, they represent a consistent low-level exposure that your gut has to process and manage on top of everything else it's already handling. The good news is that the solution here isn't complicated or expensive. Choosing reusable metal or bamboo utensils, even something as simple as packing a set from home before a picnic or outdoor event, removes this unnecessary burden entirely. Opting for glass or stainless steel containers instead of plastic when possible does the same. This isn't about achieving perfection or eliminating every trace of plastic from your life overnight. It's about becoming aware of a habit so normalized that most people never think to question it, and making small, consistent adjustments where you reasonably can. Here's what I want you to really understand about all of this. Your gut health isn't determined by one dramatic decision or one miracle food. It's shaped by dozens of small, repeated choices made day after day, most of which you're probably not even conscious of right now. The oatmeal you choose to eat in the morning, layered with fruit and nuts, sends a clear, consistent signal to your body. I am fueling the systems that keep me well. The plastic fork you decide to swap for a metal one at your next picnic sends another quiet signal. I am paying attention to what's actually going into my body, not just the food itself, but everything that touches it along the way. None of this requires obsession. It doesn't require cutting out entire food groups or overhauling your entire kitchen in a weekend. What it requires is awareness, genuinely understanding what your gut needs to thrive, and recognizing the small, overlooked habits that might be working against you without your knowledge. Once you see it clearly, you can't really unsee it, and that awareness alone tends to naturally shift the small decisions you make throughout an ordinary day. Your gut has been trying to communicate with you this whole time through the bloating, the fatigue, the mood shifts that never quite made sense. It's not asking for anything extreme. It's asking for consistency, for real fuel, and for fewer unnecessary obstacles standing in the way of its own natural balance. A warm bowl of oatmeal with fruit and nuts each morning, and a little more mindfulness about what your food touches before it reaches your mouth might seem like small, almost unremarkable changes. But small, repeated choices are exactly how real, lasting health gets built, one ordinary day at a time. So here's what I'd like you to do. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your usual rushed breakfast, consider that bowl of oatmeal instead, topped with whatever fruit and nuts you have on hand. And the next time you're packing for a picnic or a quick meal on the go, pause for a moment and choose the reusable option instead of the plastic one. Tell me honestly in the comments. What does your typical breakfast actually look like right now? And is there one small swap from today's video you're willing to try this week?